A normal amount of rage. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will, and this is going to be the first spoiler review for She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 1, entitled A Normal Amount of Rage. I know if I did say I was going to do these in batches, but screw it. It's my channel. I do what I want. So, this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, please go check it out. It actually is a lot of fun. It's a fun episode and a good start to the series. Once you watch the episode, come back and hear my spoilery thoughts on said episode. Before I jump into the review, I just want to say thank you for checking out this video, and if you're new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing if you do enjoy this or enjoy any other content that I have on my channel. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. Really help me out if you subscribe. So, here we go. Let's talk about She-Hulk. So, She-Hulk is the cousin of Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. Jennifer Walters, played by Tatiana Maslany, who is portraying the character on screen. She obtains her powers through an accidental blood transfer from her cousin Bruce because they were in a car accident, and this causes her to rage out. Now, one thing about this first episode is that I like how it's structured. We start off with Jen just kind of practicing for a big case that she's going to be going up against a high-powered law firm, and she's just practicing with her friend Nikki and another co-worker as well. But then she breaks the fourth wall and looks directly at camera and kind of like, listen, this is just a normal like lawyer show, but obviously I'm a Hulk, and you're going to want to know that information before we keep going, and you're going to be distracted. So let's just talk about it now. And then we cut to the backstory of how she gets her powers, her relationship with Bruce, and the whole training montage of her learning about her abilities and how incredibly different she is from her cousin Bruce. So I like how the series is going to be breaking the fourth wall, which is very in line with the comic book character herself, who she is one of the first people in Marvel Comics to break the fourth wall. So I like how we're going to be playing with the meta of the show and the world, and really kind of touching on your typical lawyer dramas that you've seen with Ally McBeal or, you know, Ally McBeal. I don't know a lot of lawyer shows. I do like that. I like the relationship that they've established with Jen and her cousin Bruce, played by Mark Ruffalo, who makes his return to the MCU. And I was also surprised at the amount of sort of time gap filling information we got with Bruce, with his time spent in the Gamma Lab that we briefly heard mentioned during Avengers Endgame, where he went to learn to control the Hulk, and about some of the time he spent with Tony there, because Tony did help him create the lab so that he could merge his two personalities into one, which was really very heartbreaking backstory for Bruce, because it's not overtly stated, but you can tell how he felt or what his mindset is at this point with Tony being gone. And we've gotten a lot of that with other characters, but you know, Bruce was like one of the last few remaining ones that we really didn't get his immediate interpretation or feelings or how his mental state was after the death of Tony Stark. So that was an interesting thing to sort of blend into the episode, while also dealing with the fact that your cousin, who you are responsible for creating this problem for her, who doesn't want anything more than to be a regular lawyer, and her career is finally taking off, but now has to deal with the fact that she is a Hulk, and you're responsible for that. So he takes that charge to teach her, but she doesn't need that much teaching, surprisingly, because Jen is able to control her abilities much more than Bruce was ever able to do at this current state in time, which I'm not the biggest knowledge base of She-Hulk from the comics, but from my understanding is that she was always more adept at using her powers and also being kind of stronger than Bruce in his regular Hulk form. Not counting like your World Breaker Hulk or anything like that, but she was always kind of a step ahead in certain aspects. That's why she was able to still live kind of a normal life besides being hated or being hunted like Bruce was as the Hulk. She was able to continue with her career and continue being a lawyer, and that's what this series is really going to explore in that aspects too, with a little bit more of levity than we've gotten with other projects that we've had on Disney Plus. We're not necessarily dealing with really heavy issues so far, at least with this first episode. This first episode really does focus on Jen learning about her powers, learning to adapt to them, and also just showing Bruce that she can be who she wants to be. So, real quick, I'm in the process of editing this very video, and I forgot to touch on two very important things from the episode that I completely spaced and did not talk about when I recorded the video. Obviously, when Jen is talking to Bruce on why she's able to control her powers better, it's plain and simple. She's a woman. And being a woman, and she explains it herself much better than I honestly could. Go back and watch the episode. But she obviously explains that she has to be in control of her emotions 100% of the time because of dealing with misogynistic coworkers or people catcalling her on the street or judgmental male chauvinistic ideals of a woman and her emotions being out of control and blah, 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 and all this other bullshit, which is just terrible. But it shines a light on why she's able to keep her anger in check, and being a Hulk comes more naturally to her than it did to Bruce. Also lead to Bruce's confusion when you see him was like, this is like new territory for me. Like, yeah, dude, because she's the expert on this. Respect that. That was a big point in this episode that I completely spaced on, and I apologize for that. The other thing too was like after she defeated Titania, I hope I'm saying the name right. After she defeated her in the courtroom, that really badass walk, de-transforming, putting her shoes back on and going right back to work. That's a shot. That was a really awesome shot from the episode, and it just two important scenes that just spaced my mind, and I apologize for that. That's what this insert was about. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. We do know that there's going to be a lot of cameos in the series. We've already seen that Wong is going to play a factor in it. We see that Blonsky is going to be a character in it as well. So it's going to be fun to see what other characters are going to make their debuts. Of course, Charlie Cox's Daredevil is going to be in the series as well. Not sure how long, but it is going to be a kind of a fun, situational comedy series that we're getting. It's probably not going to necessarily be super heavy like on the emotional spectrum of things, but that's kind of good because it continues to show how flexible characters within the MCU can be. Am I going to do weekly episodes? You'll just have to subscribe to find out. I'm just going to be honest with you there. I like Tatiana Maslany's performance so far. I think it's great. She's very confident in her abilities. She's really funny. She really does kind of hit those jokes really well. The post-credit scene's really fun as well. We get our first look at Jamil Janal's, sorry if I butchered your name, her character of Titania, who is one of She-Hulk's primary antagonists, most likely of this first season. She busts through in the courtroom at the end after we get our explanation and of where her powers came from and stuff like that. She breaks in the end, causing Jen to have to Hulk out in order to save everyone in the courtroom and take her down, which is what's going to propel her into the spotlight as being a superpowered attorney who's going to be defending other superpowered beings, and that's gonna be fun to see. I liked a lot of the jokes in this episode too. I liked that there was this real through line of the mystery of Steve Rogers' virginity throughout the episode. culminating with the post-credit scene of that Steve Rogers has indeed canonically in the MCU. I broke out laughing at the end of the episode with that, so that was fun. Overall, the first episode, I really like it. I liked a lot of the Easter eggs with, you know, the time that Hulk spent during the blip with Tony. I like Jen's character. I like that she knows what she wants to do and knows who she wants to be and is continuing that path while balancing this new side of her life. And the CGI actually looks a lot better too, compared to like the first teaser trailer. I think that's awesome. Marvel, give your editors and VFX people a break and a raise, for f***ing sakes. Jeez, did you read that report? Like over 100 hours a week to try to meet deadlines. Like, calm down. Give people a break. Anyway, sorry. Overall, I really enjoyed the first episode. I'm looking forward to the series. We're going to get 9 episodes. They're going to come out on Thursdays. So if I do weekly episodes, just subscribe to you know, stay up to date when those episodes drop. I'd appreciate it. Really help me out. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on the very first episode of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Let me know yours in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for checking out this and all my videos. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy this and you would be oh so inclined, subscribe to the channel, help brother out. Trying to help grow this channel as best as possible. This is a hobby. I'm not making any money off of this, but I take pride and passion in what I do. So hopefully you enjoy that. Follow me on a lot of different social media platforms listed at the end of this video. I've got a ton of videos on the channel right now that you're more than welcome to check out. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. As always, until next time, I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.